I mean, why you? I have a joke for you. I don't know any people. I just.
That was just a label. Yeah, they just
Buenas tardes a todos. Hoy vamos a terminar nuestra celebración del mes de la herencia hispana. We're celebrating the history, struggles, and contribution of Hispanic communities. We are honoring the past by remembering origins, honoring struggles, preserving traditions, and recognizing contributions.
Remembering origins. The month of September highlights the independence anniversaries of several Latin American countries, reminding us of their historic fights for freedom and identity. We celebrate the independence of the following nations: Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, and Nicaragua on September 15th, and Mexico, falling on September 16th.
Honoring struggles. We can reflect on the challenges Hispanic communities have faced, such as discrimination, migration journeys, and labor struggles, while honoring the resilience and perseverance of past generations.
We also would like to inspire the future of our new generations by recognizing contributions. This celebration acknowledges the role that Hispanic leaders, activists, artists, scientists, and everyday people from our communities have played in building U.S. culture, politics, and progress. Talking about community leaders, we have two very special guests in the house today, Mr. Eduardo Herrera Picasso and Mrs. Rosana Perez.
Eduardo was born in Veracruz, Mexico, and came to Wilson when he was 9 years old. He became a 5th grader here at Sally B. Howard, and he later attended Bedingfield High School. He is currently running for City Council for District 6, since he believes he can offer a valuable and needed perspective to help Wilson move forward. He would like to be part of shaping a future that's more inclusive, responsive, and equitable for everyone. Let's all welcome Mr. Eduardo Herrera.
Buenas tardes a todos. Me llamo Eduardo Herrera Picasso, orgullosamente originario de Veracruz, México, y estoy muy feliz de estar aquí con ustedes. It feels so good to be back at Sally B. Howard, a place that didn't just educate me, but believed in me, shaped me, and made me feel seen. Today, I have the honor of speaking to you during Hispanic Heritage Month, El Mes de la Herencia Hispana. This is a time when we celebrate us, our roots, our culture, our families, our food, our music, and most importantly, our stories. And I want to tell you my story, and more importantly, what I've learned from it. When I first came to this country, I didn't speak a single word of English. Walking into Sally B. Howard for the first time felt confusing, and honestly, super scary. Everything was new, the language, the culture, the people. It felt like being dropped into a movie with no subtitles. But I made a promise to myself. I might have come in quiet, but I will not stay quiet. And I will not let language be an obstacle. And I did it. I had people who believed in me. People like Dr. Wooder. Where's Dr. Wooder? There she is. People like Dr. Wooder. She saw something in me before I ever saw it in myself. She called me El Presidente. Not because I was the loudest or the most popular, but because she believed in the leader I could become. That one nickname changed everything for me. It told me, you belong here. You matter here. Then there was Miss Gina Barbosa. She went above and beyond for us, especially for those of us learning English. She translated lessons. She explained things twice, sometimes even 3 times, just to make sure we understood everything. She never let us fall behind. And let me tell you, when someone believes in you like that, you start to believe in yourselves too. And Miss Torres, I'll never forget her. She gave me a shot when I didn't even have the courage to raise my hand. I was shy. I didn't think I had what it took to act in a school play. But she looked into my eyes and said, you can do it. Tú puedes, mijo. And you know what? I did. Someone once told me, when one door closes, another opens. And if it doesn't, find a window and go through it. Remember that quote. When I moved on to Benfield High School, I thought things would get easier. I spoke English now. I felt more confident. I was ready. But once again, I found myself alone, the only Latino male in all honors and advanced classes. There was one other Latina. Her name was Flor. Remember that name as well. We didn't know each other then. She had her group, I had none, and for a moment, I started to wonder if maybe I didn't belong again. But then I reminded myself, you've been here before, and it's time to level up again. So I worked hard, I made friends, and I studied even harder. I stayed focused, and in 2009, I graduated as salutatorian of my class from Bettyfield High School. And there's my old principal right there, Mr. Reeves. Things were finally looking up. All the sacrifices were starting to pay off. I had the grades, I had the ambition, I had the soccer skills, and then, just like that, everything came crashing down. Because of my status, I couldn't attend college. It didn't matter how hard I worked, it didn't matter how smart I was or how well I played. I just didn't qualify. That moment crushed me. It felt like everything I had built had led to a locked door. But I remember what I learned years earlier. I remember that window. I started a trade job and I told myself, if I'm doing this, I'm going all the way to the top. And I did. I became a certified arborist, and as my legal situation improved, I rose to a management position. I led hundreds of employees, oversaw millions of dollars in operations. I had the opportunity to work in New York City in some of the most iconic public parks in the country. Sunset Park, Central Park, you name it, I did the work there. I had made it. A kid who didn't speak English had become a leader in one of the toughest, biggest cities in the world. But deep down, I knew something was missing. I liked my job, but I didn't love it. The money was great, but money's not everything in life. And no matter how hard I tried to fight it off, I still had a dream to fulfill. And that's when I learned something important. Starting over doesn't mean starting from scratch. It means starting from experience. So I chose a new path, one with purpose. I wanted to give back. I wanted to show others, kids like you, that it's possible. That no matter where you start, no matter how many times life knocks you down, you can always rise again. Today, I work for an incredible nonprofit, Casa Azul de Wilson, which empowers youth to pursue post-secondary education. As a 34-year-old, I'm just one semester away from earning my associate's degree from Wilson Community College. I plan to transfer to a 4-year university to acquire my bachelor's in accounting. I'm hoping it will be NC State. And right now, I'm standing here with you, sharing my story. Not because my journey was easy, but because I never stopped building and I never stopped believing. And that's what I want you to take with you today. To all of you in high school, trying to survive all this pressure, whether you're learning English, filling out of plays, exhausted, stressed, or just unsure about what's next, let me tell you something. You are enough. You do belong, and you are more powerful than you know it. You don't need perfect circumstances to succeed. You don't need permission to rise. You just need determination. I'll say it again. You just need determination and the courage to keep on moving forward. If no one opens the door for you, do it like I did. Build your own. And if you don't build a door, build a window. And when you do, jump right through it. Oh, one last thing. Remember Floyd? Well, I married Floyd. And we're happily married for 2 years. Keep writing your story y sigan siempre para adelante. Gracias.
Cámbiense, que ya pase al otro.
Thank you, Eduardo, for your thoughtful words. You are a true example of empowerment and an inspiration for future generations. Let us now continue with our program. As you all know, preserving our traditions is fundamental. So in Ms. Shirley's Spanish Heritage class, her students researched traditional attire in different Latin countries. Their initiative led them to create an exhibit at SBH, giving the entire school community the opportunity to appreciate these cultural treasures, and that's how La Boutique de Belly came to life. This boutique was displayed in room 505 in the new high school building. But if you missed it, do not worry. You will get the chance to see a short version of the video that was displayed in the room.
Hello, my name is Isabel Serrano, and today I will be speaking to you how I came up with the great idea of belly slipping. Come on, I'll show you. Students in the school that Hispanic culture, since we were celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. My group has investigated cultural attire from different countries, and I researched from Puerto Rico and Colombia. We presented the most traditional attires to the class, but then we had to think of a way to present it to the other students. I had came up with a great idea of using mannequins and finding people with Hispanic traditional attires to display in the school and give people the chance to view it.
This one has an image of 2 people, which are the tribes people. And they also explain a story of the tribe, which is like have different images and different animals, pictures, describing the whole story dedicated to that tribe. As you can also see right here, this on the red, white, and green. And the reason why a lot of these dresses have different colors would be because they mostly represent the country they're from. Like this one is Mexico, as you can see the flag over there. As you can see the flag over there. And each color represents a different thing. Green for Mexico represents hope and salvation. White represents unity. And red represents the bloodshed that the heroes have offered for their independence.
This one represents the colors of the flag of Colombia. This one represents the Caribbean region, as you can see. And this is the classic traditional attire of Poncho.
We hope you have enjoyed our routine. Happy Hispanic Heritage Month.
And while researching, we found two Mexican girls named Leslie Valdivia and Joanna Rosario, who started their own cosmetics brand because they found out that most makeup line owners are men, and they asked themselves, why men if it is us women who wear makeup the most? So they started their own makeup brand, which got us into the topic of entrepreneurship. And it got us thinking, what are we good at? What skills and talents do we have to start our own business? My talent is making flowers from ribbon. Since bouquets are pretty expensive in a normal store, and I already like arts and crafts myself, I decided to start making bouquets. I can make different types of flowers, like roses, tulips, dandelions, and sunflowers. So I decided to start a business called Eternal Flowers.
My name is Vanna Gomez, and I'm good at making strawberries with cream. My mom taught me how to make them at home, and I became an expert. Once in class, my teacher asked us to record a video showing something we were good at. I decided to make the strawberries with cream, and everyone enjoyed it. That experience motivated me to start selling them. If you're interested, please follow my Instagram page. Thank you.
To honor and preserve Hispanic traditions, we have organized a traditional attire pageant, offering a special opportunity to appreciate the richness and beauty of traditional clothing from Ecuador, Colombia, Peru, Guatemala, Mexico, and El Salvador. We will also be observing the majesty of the quinceañera dresses that represent a Latin tradition that is yet alive and stronger than ever. Let's start the traditional attire pageant by calling our contestants.
In the traditional attire category, we have our 9th graders, Carla Morales, Luz Soto, Elizabeth Araque, Justin Guerrero, and Lester Rana. We also have our junior students, Juan Sarabia, Jericho Araujo, and Julio Lagunes. Our senior, Evelyn Aguirre, together with our teachers, Mrs. Marcela Ovalle, Mrs. Adari Santa Maria, and Miss Shirley Rebolledo. Viviana Torres.
Hola, me llamo Lester, vengo de Guatemala. El día de hoy traigo pues una camisa tradicional de un lugar que se llama Panajachel.
Hola, yo me llamo Elisa y soy de Honduras y hoy estoy representando un vestido tradicional de México.
Hola, me llamo Luz y también estoy representando un vestido de México.
Hola, me llamo Carla Morales, soy de Guatemala, vengo representando un vestido tradicional de Guatemala.
Hola, soy Justin, vengo del país El Salvador y hoy represento el vestuario tradicional de El Salvador de la ciudad de Candelaria de la Frontera.
Hola, yo soy Evelyn Madera Morancher y hoy vengo representando un vestido típico de México.
Hola, me llamo Juan Sarabia, soy de Colombia, Bogotá y este vestuario representa a mi país.
Hola, soy Julio César Lariguera Lagunes, soy de los Estados Unidos y estoy representando a México.
Hola, mi nombre es Jericho Araujo y tengo un vestuario tradicional de México.
Hola, I am Mrs. Diana Torres, and I am wearing the outfit of Adelitas, which are the women that joined the revolution. They started cooking and they ended up fighting. and have a great
Hola, soy Mrs. Santa Maria, and I'm wearing a traditional Mexican dress from the state of Jalisco.
Hola, soy la maestra Ovalle. I'm wearing a traditional Colombian attire. This is what coffee collectors used to wear in the Colombian coffee region, and this represents the hardworking spirit of women in my country.
Hola a todos, mi nombre es Miss Shirley, como ya muchos saben. Today I'm wearing a cumbiambera dress. This represents the coastal women from my country. This dress became very famous from the colonial times, during the slavery times. It started with women working hard in the land, and it then ended up with women dancing today in modern times.
Thank you all for your participation. Now get ready for the second part of the contest. You will see an ancient Hispanic tradition that is still alive and stronger than ever. Let's welcome the following students on stage. Vanna Gomez, Kayla Rodriguez, Eileen Macias, Yasmeli Sereno, Leila Guzman, and Yadira Pacheco. All of them are wearing quinceañera dresses. A quinceañera dress is used for when a girl turns 15 years old. That age marks the switch from childhood to a mature young adulthood. These beautiful dresses come in many different colors, embellishments, styles, and designs, as you can see. This celebration originates from the ancient Mesoamerican tradition when the girl turned 15 and was ready for marriage and motherhood in these Hispanic native tribes. When the Spanish came to the Americas, they heavily influenced the dresses to have a more European and Catholic style, and that influence is yet seen in our modern era. These dresses have been used for many years. It is crucial to talk about this tradition because our Hispanic community celebrates and follows it till this day.
Thank you to all the quinceañeras for showing us such beautiful dresses. This has been very inspirational. Talking about inspiration, let me introduce you to Miss Rosana Perez, a woman who has worked hard to become a Hispanic local business owner in Wilson, and who is also a Sally Howard parent. That's my mom, guys. She owns a traditional attire boutique called Curiosidades de Shalom, and some of the outfits that our students are wearing today have been borrowed by her. We do appreciate her contribution to this pageant. Let's welcome her and Angela San Gabriel, who will interview Mrs. Rosana Perez. Valeria Mariano will be helping us with translations.
Buenas tardes a todos. Good afternoon. Y bienvenidos a nuestra celebración de la herencia hispana. Welcome to our celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month. Señora Rosana, ¿cómo está usted el día de hoy?
Bien, gracias a Dios.
She's doing fine, thanks to God.
Tenemos unas preguntitas aquí. Si usted podría darnos unas respuestas bien cortitas.
Sí.
All right, we're just going to be asking some questions. The first one being, we know that you are from Guatemala, right? Sabemos que usted es de Guatemala, ¿es correcto?
Así es.
And during your childhood or just your life in Guatemala, in comparison to what you see here in the United States, what's the difference? ¿Cómo fue su niñez o su vida en Guatemala en comparación con lo que usted ve el día de hoy aquí en los Estados Unidos?
Bueno, más que todo agradezco a Dios por la oportunidad, la bendición que me dio de poder permitir entrar a este país. La niñez con la de ahora hay mucha diferencia. En nuestra niñez de nosotros en Guatemala es a una corta edad podemos trabajar para poder salir adelante, y la niñez de aquí hoy en día tiene muchas posibilidades de poder estudiar, algo que nosotros no pudimos tener como personas de, no como decirles, de rancho o de pueblo, de aldeas. No tuvimos esa dicha de poder decir vamos a estudiar, a tener un gran título para poder salir adelante. Simplemente nuestros padres nos enseñaron a trabajar y a devorar muchas como artesanías típicas, como yo sí sé hacer los cortes típicos. Ese fue mi trabajo en Guatemala. Hay mucha diferencia con lo de aquí, con la niñez de antes con la niñez de antes.
Basically, she's saying that her childhood in Guatemala was very different to here. Like over there at a young age, you start working. At a certain age, you have to start working in order to get a better future. But here, instead, you can decide to go to college. You can decide what you want to do, what you really want to do, instead of just going out and working and having your body all tired.
Not having the opportunity to study and not having the opportunity to have a choice in whether you work or whether you get an education is one of the things that we really appreciate. Our third question is, we know that you have your own business that's called Curiosidades Shalom here in Wilson, but when you came first to America, did you already have the idea of running a business, or what gave you the idea? Ya sabemos que tiene su propio negocio llamado Curiosidades Shalom aquí en Wilson, pero cuando usted vino a los Estados Unidos, ¿ya tenía clara la idea de empezar un negocio aquí, o qué le dio esa idea?
Cuando yo entré a este país no traía ninguna idea de tener un negocio aquí en este país. Simplemente nosotros veníamos con un propósito de poder hacer algo en nuestro país, porque la idea que todo migrante tenemos cuando entramos a este país, traemos de poder hacer algo en nuestro país, y algo que traemos metas que 2 años. Resulta que no son 2 años, son más de 20 años que nosotros ya estamos aquí. Pero lo que a mí me empujó a hacer este negocio fue de que en el año 2020, yo creo que todos sabemos que se vino la pandemia, todos estuvimos en casa, y yo no podía, como migrantes que somos, no poder aplicar en un trabajo por no tener papeles. Entonces, ¿qué es lo que a mí me decidió hacer esto? Fue de poder vender cositas sencillas como el oro laminado. Pero yo veía en el oro laminado que yo miraba en las tiendas que habían, y qué fue lo que a mí me hizo vender, y me acordé de lo que yo hacía en mi tierra, y dije, ¿por qué no traer de mi tierra, y por qué no poder ayudar a mi gente de mi tierra a que también puedan ellos salir adelante? Si yo puedo hacer por ellos algo aquí, voy a traer producción de allá, como de Guatemala, de México, de Honduras, de El Salvador. Yo traigo algo aquí para poder ayudar a nuestra gente de allá, para que ellos también puedan tener trabajo, y yo poder ayudar a vender aquí, y todos los que estamos aquí, ¿por qué no poder ayudarme a también comprar en la tienda Curiosidades Shalom?
have a business here. She had no idea. Her goal was basically 2 years and then she'll be back in her own country and she wouldn't have to be over here. Like, she's been here for around 20 years or more already. And she had no idea she wanted to do the business.
And then, you know, that it became the times of the pandemic and it was really harsh. And she knew she needed to do something here. She started a little business with laminated gold, but then she said, like, I know how to do things from artisans, and I want to help my people back in different countries, from Guatemala, from Mexico, from El Salvador. So she decided to start this business, giving the opportunity to those people that live in those countries to sell their traditional attires, and then she imports those attires, and she has her own local business here now that is called Curiosidades Shalom.
All right, 2 more questions. One being, what difficulties did you find being Hispanic in order to start this business, or was it all easy? ¿Qué dificultades encontró usted aquí por su ser hispana para iniciar su negocio, o todo fue fácil?
No, como latina y como hispana no fue fácil. La razón es porque cuando tú quieres emprender algo y sabes que hay algo de por medio, que tú sabes que eres migrante, tienes ese temor de que hay muchas personas que quizás te pueden decir, o te pueden como echar el dedo, por decirlo así. Entonces ese temor que tú tienes, pero no hay mayor camino que tú puedes buscar, que es a Dios, y ponerte en las manos de Dios, y Él es el que abre las puertas. Y eso fue la decisión que yo hice, pedirle a Dios, y Él me abrió las puertas.
She basically said that it wasn't easy at all to start her business here, and being immigrant, not speaking the language when she first came, obviously like many others, just had put her in a place where she had to put a lot of her faith into God so that He could open up doors or windows in order to climb through them and persevere anyways. Tristemente, nos acabamos de tiempo, pero muchas gracias por andar aquí y acompañarnos en este día. Thank you everybody for being here. Please a big hand. She is a big inspiration, and it really just shows how much you can do even not knowing the language of a country, not knowing anything. If she, somebody who even to this day barely speaks English, can get to those lengths, which is something that she said to me earlier. If other people can do these things, if other people can sell these traditional attires, why can't I? Why shouldn't I? So going forward and doing what you can with what you have, even if you think it might not be enough, or no matter what you came from, just believing in yourself and going towards it, you will succeed.
Okay, and now we're gonna have our last part of our program. We're gonna have a bomba and plena video. We're gonna watch just for 3 minutes. Just 3 minutes so that they can perform, okay?
What is dancing?
Well, it's bomba.
Bomba is a traditional genre of music and dance from Puerto Rico, and has made an appearance at many recent Black Lives Matter protests.
In bomba, dancing and protests are inextricably linked. Surprise? Once you understand the music, it makes perfect sense.
So now that we know bomba's influence today, let's talk about where it came from. And to do that, we have to go back about 400 years. Last year, our friends from If Cities Could Dance traveled to Puerto Rico and filmed this footage for their episode on bomba dancing. Make sure you check out that episode on their channel.
Bomba was developed in the 16th century by enslaved Africans in Puerto Rico. Enslaved communities would gather to make music, using rhythms and dance to express themselves. They told stories, shared news, communicated revolts, and connected with each other. This process of gathering through bomba was known as bambuga. a practice of re-remembrance, re-remembering where you came from and your own sense of humanity.
In other words, they create a culture and affirm their humanity, and that is a powerful form of resistance.
How would you describe bomba to people who haven't heard it before?
I think we have to leave it right there. We're a little bit short of time, but I just want you to at least watch this short introduction. In my Spanish class, some of my students have learned about these traditional dances from different Hispanic countries, and this one is called bomba and plena. So my students are gonna show you a sample of how this bomba and plena is danced. They are not experts, but they are doing their best. So please be respectful, cheer them up as long as they dance, because they are putting their hearts out today, okay? So with that, I welcome my students. Next slide is the song. Can you please play it again? 1, 2, 3. And with this is the end of our program today. I hope that you have enjoyed. I hope that you have learned something new from Hispanic Heritage Month. Please check on the radio, check on the news. There's a lot of festivals going on in North Carolina, in Raleigh, in Greenville, everywhere in the country. Learn a little bit study more, attend to the ones that you can, and this meeting is about to start. So with this being said, seniors are dismissed.